Crazy, bro. Here it is. The first London derby of the season. West Ham versus Chelsea. Everyone's been waiting, and now I'm telling you how not to miss a single second. Okay, bro, take note. Chelsea will be playing their first away game of the season, and their opponent is no joke, West Ham United. Kickoff, Friday, August 22nd, 2025 at 8 p.m. UK time. The venue, of course, is London Stadium, home of the Hammers. Now, for those of you asking, bro, where can I watch? Easy. In the UK, this match will be broadcast live on Sky Sports. But if you're outside the UK, just check the official Premier League broadcasting rights in your country. Each region has its own TV partner, so you won't miss it. And for those who like replays, don't worry, bro. Match highlights will be available starting at midnight on the official Chelsea app. So if you missed the live broadcast, you can still catch key moments like goals, assists, or maybe blunders. Well, hopefully not from Robert Sanchez again. The conclusion? All eyes will be on London Stadium. A faltering West Ham will face a Chelsea side on fire after winning the Club World Cup. The question is, can Chelsea take home all 3 points, or will West Ham pull off a surprise at home? Comment your score prediction below, bro. I'm going for a narrow 0-3 win for Chelsea. Which team are you? After waiting for over a year, Estevao officially made his Chelsea debut. The 18-year-old, nicknamed Messinho, immediately showed his quality on the pitch, and I swear, the Blues fans fell in love. Just imagine, this Brazilian wonder kid only joined last summer after being bought for £34 million from Palmeiras. That figure could skyrocket if he continues to explode in the Premier League. And you know what? His debut against Crystal Palace yesterday really sent shivers down Stamford Bridge's spine. Enzo Maresca brought Estevao on in the 54th minute, replacing Jamie Gittins. He quickly displayed his slick dribbling, his signature Brazilian trickery, and his confidence. This is the Premier League, bro, not some low-stakes league, but the kid was so relaxed, he dared to duel, he dared to stick with his opponents, and he even seemed to have clicked with the team's game. After the match, Estevao told Chelsea's official media, "I feel amazing. The adaptation was quicker than I thought. Everyone at the club made me feel comfortable." He also admitted that he's already really connected with Cole Palmer. Wow, if they really form a partnership, it could be a nightmare for opposing defenders. Not only that, Estevao also gave credit to the Chelsea fans. He said that since his arrival, the reception has been incredible. That's why he promised to give everything he has to make the fans happy. Crazy, right? He's only 18 years old, but he already has the mentality of a senior player. And his goal is clear: work hard every day, help Chelsea win, and then chase trophies. Simple, but very ambitious. So, I have a question. Do you think Estevao will be Chelsea's most successful wonder kid since Hazard? Or could he be even crazier like Neymar? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Oh man, this is a mess. Chelsea, who had been hoping to complete a major transfer, has been hit by a crazy plot twist. Not one, but 2 of their important deals could collapse at once. Let's start with Christopher Nkunku. The player, who was previously bought for a high price from RB Leipzig, had high hopes, but the reality? Injuries, inconsistency, and ultimately a failure to adapt at Stamford Bridge. Now Chelsea wants to let him go to make room for new recruits. Bayern Munich had appeared as a savior. The German giants were interested in Nkunku, but the problem was they only wanted a loan, not an outright purchase. Chelsea were clearly having second thoughts. Would a player with 4 years left on his contract just be loaned out? For the club, all they wanted was 40 million euros in cash on the table right now. Nkunku himself, he also said he was hesitant about just a loan. No wonder, man. He definitely wanted certainty, not just a one-season experiment at Bayern. As a result, this deal is now on the verge of failure. And what's worse, if Nkunku doesn't leave, Chelsea is also in danger of failing to sign Xavi Simons. Yep, the wonder kid targeted by Maresca, who has long been linked with Stamford Bridge, turns out to be entirely dependent on Nkunku's departure. RB Leipzig even made it clear, if it doesn't make financial sense, Xavi will stay here next season. This means Chelsea are trapped again. They want Xavi Simons, but to get him, they have to sell Nkunku first. If Nkunku fails to move, Xavi's transfer could be in tatters. So, with just days to go until the deadline, the Blues could potentially lose 2 targets at once. One can't leave, the other can't come in. How ironic, right? Especially since Chelsea were just held to a 0-0 draw by Crystal Palace in their Premier League opener, the pressure on Maresca is getting even more intense. So, bro, let me ask you, do you think Chelsea should be willing to lower their price to sell Nkunku quickly, or should they hold on to him, even if they risk losing out on Xavi? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Crazy, bro. Chelsea is really being reckless. Having just lost Levi Colwill to a long-term injury, Enzo Maresca has now immediately asked the club to find a replacement. And his main target? No ordinary player. Alessandro Bastoni from Inter Milan. Yes, you heard right. Bastoni, Inter Milan's mainstay defender, Serie A champion, Champions League finalist, and even a trophy winner with the Nerazzurri. And Chelsea immediately made an initial bid of £43 million to bring him to Stamford Bridge. But yeah, Inter immediately said no way, because they've already set a price of £60 million for Bastoni. And clearly, Inter won't easily let go of their main defender in the short transfer window remaining. Bastoni is no ordinary defender, bro. He's only 26, entering the prime of his career, has excellent passing, playmaker-like vision, and leadership qualities in defense. For Chelsea, already struggling with Colwell's prolonged absence, Bastoni's arrival would clearly be an instant solution. But the problem is, Inter will have a very hard time finding a replacement if he sells now. What does this mean? This transfer is almost impossible in the current market. At best, Chelsea could make a comeback next season, when Bastoni's contract reaches his final 2 years. That is, if Bastoni really wants a new challenge in the Premier League. Now, Maresca will likely have to be willing to use their existing defenders. Or, another option. Chelsea could move on to another target, like Mark Guéhi from Crystal Palace, whose contract situation is more flexible. Bottom line is that Chelsea's first bid has been rejected, Inter are unwavering, and Blues fans can only hope that management will truly go all out if they are serious about Bastoni. So, what do you think, bro? Should Chelsea wait until next season for Bastoni, or should they immediately switch to another defender? Leave your thoughts in the comments.
Wow, bro, this is really heating up. Renato Viega, the player who had piqued Chelsea fans' curiosity, is now one step closer to leaving, and his choice has fallen to Villarreal. But the problem is, Chelsea and Villarreal are battling over price. And this could be a thrilling drama before deadline day. So here's the story, bro. Villarreal has agreed to personal terms with Renato Viega. This means, from the player's perspective, the deal is a good deal. Viega himself has also signaled that he really wants to play in Spain. But Chelsea is asking for £34 million. As for Villarreal, they want under $30 million. The difference is slight, but for a club on a tight budget, that figure is very difficult. Reportedly, Villarreal has submitted a formal offer, but it was immediately rejected by Chelsea. The Blues are adamant about getting the full amount, but Villarreal isn't giving up. They're looking for a compromise through add-ons and a performance clause. So, for example, if Viega plays well, Chelsea will get an extra bonus. Pretty clever, right? Interestingly, Villarreal is actually rushing to find a new defender before the transfer window closes. Viega is considered a top target, especially since he's already yes to a move. So, you could say Villarreal is in pole position right now. So, let me ask you all, if you were Chelsea, would you rather accept Villarreal's offer to get it done quickly, or hold on to £34 million even though it could be delayed for a long time? Leave your answer in the comments section.